it's Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a book haul. In my last book haul, I confessed to you that I have been a little sad, so the sadness is still here and I have been buying books. The reason I had to do this haul, because I had other videos planned, is because I had 3 stacks like on my table in here and they were all on the verge of falling over, so I have to do it. Also, I had to buy another book cart because I don't think all these books are gonna fit on my shelves. So it's just like, it's a problem. So normally I would go over what the books are about, but I don't want this video to be 45 minutes long. So I think that I am just going to go over the book. So let's just get started, shall we? This is Homecoming by Cynthia Voigt. I've heard really good things about this. This is actually middle grade. I don't read a lot of middle grade, but this was highly suggested to me by an old coworker, and everything she has suggested to me has been 5 stars. And I got this when Amazon was doing the 3 for 2 deal. I have a lot of those for that. So this is the first one. The second one, I asked my Twitter followers what good YA contemporary books they were reading, and I believe Emily said The Other Side of Perfect by Mariko Turk. I believe this looks like gymnastics, I think, or ballet. Super excited about this. I love anything hard-hitting YA contemporary, and I believe this is what that is, so super excited about this one. Next I got, because my book club is reading this for April, and I really like graphic novels and just don't own a lot. Anyway, this is Dancing at the Pity Party by Tyler Fetter. Couple people in my book club have already read this and said that they were absolutely devastated by it. So I'm not like a big emotional person, but if this makes me cry, that'll be something. So that's that. The next one I also think I got for the Amazon deal, and that's The Fastest Way to Fall by Denise Williams. I will let you know that almost like 87% of these books are going to be adult romance because I am on an adult romance kick. You should see my Kindle library with all the books that I have bought for like $1 that are adult romance. I have fallen down the rabbit hole and can't get up. So this is one of them. Next one I got when Amazon was doing their like 25% off pre-order deal, and I got this because of the cover. Whatever. That's Anatomy, a Love Story by Dana Schwartz. I mean, yeah, it's self-explanatory. I don't know what this is about. I don't know if I like it. I don't know anything about it, but I needed to buy it. Next is from that same Barnes & Noble deal, and that's Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. I read the deal by Elle Kennedy when I was not what I would consider a big adult romance reader. I think if I reread it, I would probably like it a lot. My friend Rye from Rye's Reading Corner, who I'll put down below, read this one. I think gave it 4 stars, so I'm really, I'm into it. I should reread the deal now that I am less of a asshole, so let's do that. Next was my second most anticipated book of 2022, and that is Weather Girl by Raquel Sullivan. If you're new here, Raquel Sullivan has become one of my favorite authors ever. It started with me with Today, Tonight, Tomorrow, which is a YA contemporary, and then she writes YA contemporary and adult romance. Absolutely love it. This one came signed and with a bookmark, so like this is just like everything I want. So very happy. Next I got this. I have never read it, but it's been unfortunately part of a controversy, and I wanted to buy it, and that's Mouse by Art Spiegelman. I got the complete, this is the complete 2 books, so I still have not read it, but I am going to do that soon. So I don't know why I never read it. I got into reading quite late. So next is Love and Other Disasters by Anita Kelly. I have a local bookstore near me called Bookmarks in Winston-Salem, and they have this book club every month, and they send you a book, and then you get to like do a Zoom with the author. So that was really cool. I have not read this yet. The Zoom with the author is completely spoiler free. I'm gonna put that link down below because they ship anywhere in the world, I believe. So if you want to join this book club with this bookstore in particular, it's really cool. So I really like bookmarks. I just really like bookmarks. So that's it. Next I did the Amazon deal twice at 2 separate points. So this is at some point. This is Without a Hitch by Mary Hollis Huddleston and Asher Fogel-Paul. Now listen, I don't really care for books that are set near weddings, but this was also like the old asshole Michelle. So I'm gonna try this. I believe this is the one I got for like free for buying 3 books, so we shall see. Next is Just Haven't Met You Yet by Sophie Cousins. I don't know anything about this, which is not anything new with me. Just loved the cover, and also Just Haven't Met You Yet is a Michael Bublé song, so I don't know, I thought it was cute. It is Blurb by Josie Silver, and I did not like her book, and even like less asshole Michelle now, I still don't think I'd like that book. Anyway, this is one that I have already read on audiobook and loved it so much I needed it on my shelves. I also had my husband read it, and he reads like 12 books a year, and he read one that I suggested to him, which is amazing, and that's Station 11 by Emily St. John Mendel. One of my favorite books so far this year. This is for sure gonna be on my best books of the year video in December of this year. I just know it. One of the best character-driven novels I have ever read. Also, there's nothing like reading about a pandemic when you're in an actual pandemic. So I cannot suggest this book enough. It deserves all the hype it has gotten, and I believe it came out, what, like 7 years ago now? I'm 7 years late, but I got there. It's so good. Next three I have already read. What? Yes, I read books, and I have read these, and that is Written in the Stars, Hang the Moon and Count Your Lucky Stars by Alexandra Bellafleur. I hope I'm saying that right because I love her. Anyway, these are all queer romances set in Seattle, and I cannot suggest them enough. I believe I gave Written in the Stars 4, Hang the Moon 4, and Count Your Lucky Stars 5. There's just like a little critique I have with her writing that's just like a me thing, but otherwise I loved the romances. I loved that they were queer, and they were so like positively queer. Like no one was like, oh my god, you're gay. It wasn't like that at all, and I absolutely love these and highly suggest them. And the reason I picked these up is because I saw someone talking about it on Twitter, and they were just like, yeah, Taylor Swift is mentioned, and that's what made me pick them up. So, and now it's my favorite series ever. Okay, if you mention Taylor Swift to me in books, I'm gonna read it. Next is definitely my most anticipated book of 2022, and that is Ophelia After All by Raquel Marie. I fell in love with this because of the cover, and then she was talking about it on Twitter and said, you know, it's a queer contemporary. She specified that it's contemporary and not romance. Either way, she had me a contemporary, so I'm gonna read this. I believe I bought the audiobook on Audible, so that's my preferred way of reading now, and I will be picking it up as soon as possible. I'm a very chaotic reader, but I want to read this soon. We're not even close to being done, so stick with me. Watch this at 2 times speed. Next is 10 Rules for Faking It by Sophie Sullivan, and I got it, and it's so big, but that's okay. We love reading. Next is You'd Be Home Now by Kathleen Glasgow. I read Girl in Pieces by this author a very long time ago and absolutely loved it, and I have heard nothing but good things about this one, and it finally came out in paperback. So that's what I went. Spoiler alert for the Alphabet Project, but I believe I picked her How to Make Friends in the Dark for H, so I'm very excited to get into that. Next is the book that has been on my Amazon wish list the longest. I'm talking like years. I bought it for myself because I'm great, and that's Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is the last book that I read by her when I went and read her backlist after reading Evelyn Hugo, and I cannot tell you how much I cried. And as previously stated, I'm not emotional, but I cried so hard. So if you are looking to be destroyed by a book, this is it. Next, I don't know, but that is The Predator by Runix. This is an indie book I got with the Amazon sale. I don't know anything about it except that it's a dark romance, and I said, okay, so I got it. Next is Love at First Bite by Anne E. Collins. I got this because of the cover, and this was part of the Amazon deal. Okay. Next is a book that I have already read and was mentioned in my best books of 2021 video. I'll put that up. I did not own it, and I had it on my wish list, and my friend Elise read it and did not like it, and makes total sense. We don't agree on like anything, but she gave it to me, and that's A History of Wild Places by Shay Earnshaw. I loved this book, and now I own this book, and I'm so excited to own it, and it's so beautiful, and I loved it so much. So very excited. Thanks, Elise. Next, I got as a nice surprise gift from Mika, and I will put her down below, but I'm sure you know Mika, and that is Sunkissed by Casey West. I loved this book. I believe I put it in my best books of 2021 video again. Anyway, but she just surprised me off of my wish list, and I just really appreciate her, and I love Casey West, and I love Mika, so it all works out. Next is Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe. I've heard so many good things about this. I believe it's queer historical fiction. I'm not a big historical fiction person, but I'm a big queer person. So I am super excited to read this. This was part of the Amazon deal. I'm not ashamed, I got a lot. This is also part of the Amazon deal, and that's Finley Donovan is Killing It by El Casamano. I've already read this, and it should have made my best of 2021 video, but I just had so much going on, I missed it. Love this one. I'm so excited to own it. I just thought it was so funny and a good mystery. I love the writing of this one. Highly suggest this one. Next is Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall. I got this at Target, obviously, that beautiful sticker. I don't know anything about it, but I believe that it's queer, gay, so we like that. Next, also from Target, oh, they had the 2 for $3. Honestly, I don't know if I got it at that or if I just went ham at Target. Who knows? Next is Act Cool by Tobley McSmith. I have not read their other book yet, but Stay Gold, right? Yes, Stay Gold. I have not read that yet, but I've heard very good things about this one, and I just feel like I'm really gonna like this author, so who cares? I got it. Being Sad is not good. Next, I got Conventionally Yours by Annabeth Albert. I got this because of the cover, obviously, and I believe it's queer. So, next, yes. So the next 4 are from the Reveal book box. I'm going to put that link down below. Basically, it's $40 for 4 signed romance books, and you get to pick your tropes that you like. So I'm not gonna get something that I don't like. Like, one of the options was like pregnancy, and I was like, absolutely not. So I am not going to get a romance book that includes any kind of pregnancy, which is what I want. So the first one is Faded Sunset by Rachel Blockfield. And the coolest part is they're all signed. And you're supporting like indie authors, which is what I want to do. And they're all romance, which is what I want. Which is what I want. Okay. The next one is Net Worth by Amelia Wilde. I don't know anything about this, but it's a dark romance, which is what I said I wanted. So, the next one from this box is probably the one I'm most excited about, and that's Romantically Perfect by S.E. Rose. Look at that. And then last but not least is Wake My Heart by Lydia Michaels, a Jasper Falls novel. And this is just so cute. They also had YA options, so I'm hoping one day I'll get like a YA indie romance that I've never heard of. So yeah. I gotta put some books away and then we'll continue. All right, next few, I went to visit my parents in Myrtle Beach, and there is a used bookstore that is like a mile from my parents' house, and I go every time I visit. I will put their Instagram down below, but I got 3 regular books and 3 blind date with the books because I had sincerely never heard of any of these books, which is rare because I feel like I know exactly what books they are anytime, and I didn't this time. But this is I Know You Remember by Jennifer Donaldson. She wrote Lies You Never Told Me, which I absolutely loved and was on my best books of 2021 video, and I didn't know she had another book. I'm so excited about this. This was one of my blind dates, so super excited. The next one I got from that store is I'll Never Tell by Abigail Haas. This is also one of the blind dates. Never heard of it, but it's a YA mystery, which is what I want. And then the last blind date with a book from that bookstore is Welcome to Temptation by Jennifer Cruzey. I have never heard of this author or this book, but it's a small town romance, which reminds me of Hallmark movies, which is all I want. And then the next 3 are ones that I just picked out by myself at that store. And that's The Meaning of Birds by Jane Robin Brown. I have wanted this book for so long because of this cover, and I have just kept putting it off. And I finally got it. I got it for like 10 bucks. Great. The next one I got because of the cover. It just sounds like me. And that's One Paris Summer by Denise Grover Swank. And this just sounds like me, you know? And then the last book that I got from that bookstore was A Week of Mondays by Jessica Brody. I believe I have read another book by Jessica Brody. I think it's called something of Standing Still. It's blue and it has snowflakes on the cover. And I liked it a lot, and I just feel like I really like this cover and this title. So that's why I got it. Put that bookstore down below in the description. They're great. And then I believe, who knows where I got this on Amazon. This is Much Ado About Latte, literally why I got it. Much Ado About Latte. Okay. Anyway, I'm basic, so I got that. And this is by Kathleen Fuller. It just looked cute. I don't care. I'm no standards. No standards. Next is a book that I read about in my local magazine. They were doing book reviews, and they did this one. It's I Kissed a Girl by Jenna Alexander, and that's all I want. Okay. And then next is one that's been on my TBR for so long, and it's finally in paperback, and that's Wider Than the Sky by Katherine Rothschild. I got it because of the cover. I don't care. Okay, next is The Push by Ashley Audrain. I have heard a lot about this. It's a thriller with children. I know. We're gonna see, but I got it at Target and my mom bought it for me. Thanks, Mom. Next is one I got with a Book of the Month credit because I didn't like any of the February books. And that's Head Over Heels by Hannah Ornstein. I got this because it's a romance and because of the cover. Next is, I won a giveaway from Bookmarks, and these are some of the books I got. I also got The People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry, but I gave that to my best friend Erica because I had already read it and I didn't need to keep it. So I'm very excited. I want a giveaway of 5 books, I think. Shit, yeah. Yeah, anyway, this is Rosalyn Palmer Takes the Cake by Alexis Hall, and this is the same author as Boyfriend Material. And it's about baking. I can't bake, but I love to read about it. Next is from that giveaway, and that's Playing the Palace by Paul Rudnick. It reminds me of Red, White, and Royal Blue, which I don't like. I'm sorry. But I'm super excited about it. And then another one from that bookstore is If the Shoe Fits by Julie Murphy. I think only read one Julie Murphy, and it was Dumpling. And it wasn't my favorite, but I am very excited that she's gone into adult romance. So. And then the last one from that bookstore was Talk Bookish to Me by Kate Bromley. I'm very excited. I won that. Once again, their info is in my description if you ever want to support a bookstore like that. I love bookmarks. They have a book festival every summer, and it is great. Next book I got is Something to Talk About by Meryl Walsner. They have a book coming out in October that I have already pre-ordered. I believe it's called Mistakes Were Made. And when I realized that they had another book out that was another sapphic book, I got it. This is it. Next is one that I've already read and got at Target. Target also did the 3 for 2 deal to like compete with Amazon, and they got me both. And that's The X-Talk by Raquel Sullivan. I have already read this and loved it and had not owned it, and here we go. And then one I got for myself, and that's Must Love Books by Shauna Robinson. I got this because of the title. That's it. Okay, next was a gift from Rye. I have already mentioned her. She's already in the description. We were talking about this book together and she bought it for me because she's great, and that's The Heartbreak Bakery by A.R. Capetta. I tried to read a fantasy book by this author and didn't work for me, but this is contemporary with magical realism, and I do feel like this is more up my alley, obviously. Next is The Widow by Fiona Barton. I got this at Goodwill. So I believe it was $1. Next is also from Goodwill, and that is We All Looked Up by Tommy Wallach. I have not read this, but I have seen this cover before, probably at the library I worked at, so I just wanted to buy it. Next is one that I bought myself when I was sad, and that's On a Night Like This by Lindsay Kelk. I believe this was new when I got it on release day, but it just looks cute. Next is one that I bought and read and loved, and I can't believe it, and that's It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. Believe I gave this 4 or 4.5 stars, not because I didn't like it, but because Tessa Bailey is like, her writing is so gendered, and I get it, but I didn't like it personally because of me, but she was like his manly or the womanly something, and I was just like, there's more than 2 genders. So that was a personal preference. Otherwise, I loved it a lot, and I have already pre-ordered the second one. Next is something I'm so glad I found, and I found it on Thrift Books. The only bad thing is all the covers don't match, which is driving me crazy, and I never thought I'd be like that, but whatever. But this is the Ruby Oliver series by E. Lockhart. I have read all of these already and wanted to own them. They are out of print, but I have found them. So this is obviously the one that doesn't match, but these two do, and my like first one doesn't match any of them. So it is what it is. Luckily, I'm not like, so I don't care. Next is Sleeping Around by Morgan Vega. She is actually a booktuber, author tuber, so I'm going to put her down in the description. I bought this because it was part of the sale, I think, and then I realized that I followed her on BookTube, so I thought that was really cool, so I'm gonna put her down below. And then it wouldn't have been a Goodwill trip if I hadn't gotten this. Who We Are by One Direction, our autobiography. This was autobiography. I got this one in particular because Zane is still here. So yeah, whoever got rid of this, so sorry. Next we have The Girl Before. I've also got this at Goodwill. Next is Time Between Us by Tamara Ireland Stone. I really like her YA books. I believe this is her first one. This is also an ARC, so they aren't supposed to sell these, but I got it for 50 cents, so I'm not gonna say anything. Next is, I'm gonna put the Alphabet Project F up here. I read The First to Know by Abigail Johnson, immediately went to look her up, and this is her newest book, came out in 2020, poor thing. But the audiobook, but the paperback just came out, and that's every other weekend. It's a big boy, whew. But I love Abigail Johnson. I wanted to get all of her books. She's a great contemporary author. She's definitely the author for me. Glad I got that. Next, I just found Pango Books. I'm a little late, but that's okay. So I've been selling books on Pango Books. I will put my thing down below. And I have also been mostly buying books. So I bought some books from a couple people and they're all great. And this is Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. I know that I could probably get this free on Kindle, but I didn't. It was like $4, okay? Next is also from Pango Books, and that's As Many Nows as I Can Get by Shanna Youngdale. This looks like that Dakota Johnson from 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah, you see it? That's her. Anyway, I don't know anything about this, but I've seen this cover a lot, and that's Dakota Johnson, I believe. Okay. Anyway, the next one I got from Pango Books is Grace and the Fever by Zan Romanoff. This is like a One Direction thing. I tried to read it a while ago when I was like still very heavily in the One Direction fandom, but I'm still in it. Obviously they're not together anymore. I have to get over it. So I would like to reread this one, and I was just looking for it in my library and none of my libraries have it, and then I found it in Pango Books, so $3. Next from Pango Books is When Katie Met Cassidy by Camille Perry. I have heard very differing opinions about this one, but it's sapphic, so I'm gonna try it. And this was from Pango. And then the very last book that I got, we're done. This won an award recently, and I have never heard of it, but I got it because it's contemporary and also because it's called Vampires, Hearts, and Other Dead Things by Margie Falston. I'm not over vampires and I'll never be over vampires, but it looks like a contemporary with vampire, like Twilight. So I'm gonna try it, and it won an award, so that's it. Am I proud of myself? Absolutely not. Have I spent too much money on books? Definitely 100%. Am I getting better? I don't know. I feel like I'm less sad now. I still have my subscription to Book of the Month, Reveal. That's probably it. I do like Scribd and Audible and Libro FM, so like I'm getting audiobooks all the time, but like hopefully I can take down my physical TBR, I say, as I hauled 50 books today. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. See you in my next one. It's not a haul. Okay, bye.